Gets the snap. He looks, he's going to throw it long down the field. There's a combat effort and an interception by the Bills.
Where there's smoke, there's usually fire. Welcome back to 5-Star Matchup. If you dig the channel, please consider joining our Patreon for exclusives and merch. You'll have to excuse my lack of flowery pleasantries as I'm in no mood to write such language today. Start with the offense, which has become a proverbial wet blanket. Because the Steelers love nothing more than proving points to themselves, we start with a throw to and drop by Deontay Johnson. Great. Next possession, we see why there's such temptation to keep going back to number 18 despite the inconsistencies. Peep this doozy of a run play. First of all, the motion makes no sense. Chase fakes the handoff when he's already past Ben, and 5 Bills are behind the line of scrimmage before Connor even comes within a yard of it. It's like Coach Randy saw the Chiefs on TV and said, yeah, let's do that, without even understanding what the point is. Because they want me to die an early and painful death, they have a perfect play call on third, and Deontay drops another. I feel for Deontay. In the last 2 weeks, I really didn't want to go in on him, but for his own sake, you need to send some of his targets to Jay Wash and Claypool until he gets right. On to defense now, and while I won't have a lot of positives for you this week, one small one is that Marcus Allen conversion seems to be paying off, and he might not be a half-bad dime backer. It's something. They should call him Alex Lowsmith because the rookie gets low on this dip for a pressure, forcing a batted ball by TJ. 2nd and 10, and it's Godzilla Hayward who loves nothing more than ruining a center's day as he gets to Allen's arm to effect a throw and create a pick for my guy, Mini Mike Hillen. Huge early play in this one, and the defense is keeping them alive. Unfortunately, the flip side of getting the defense off is you gotta put the offense back on. 3rd and 4 might as well be 3rd and 46 these days as the Bills rush 3 against 6 blockers, and DeCastro, Filer, Pouncey, and Connor combine and fail to block 1 man. Yikes. After another defensive stop, we're back to offense, and is that a pulse? Imagine that, throwing it beyond the sticks to your number 1 receiver. Works? Then on a 3rd and 6, Ben's mechanics are all kinds of wonky, and he chucks one that Jay Wash would have had trouble catching if he was 13'2". It's fair we talk about Ben's deep ball at this point, but I really do think it's more knee than arm. He's not stepping into anything. Also, there's no one near Ebron or Juju. On to the second quarter now, and it's Cam Sutton who races around the corner and gets what should be a strip sack on Josh Allen. For whatever reason, the refs blow the whistle, and this negates the ability to challenge it, I guess? But this was a clear fumble in my opinion, and I've always been baffled as to why they don't just let these play out unless the quarterback is in grave physical danger. Either way, we're back to offense, and it's offensive. Is that Chase Claypool? I almost didn't recognize him with how little he's been allowed to play the last couple weeks. A little momentum here with Juju breaking free on a crosser, but Coach Randy shuts that right down with the dreaded 1st and 2nd down run, and then on 3rd it's more of that damn slippery Brontosaurus who drops an easy conversion. Thankfully, we're back to the defensive side of the ball, and immediately it gets better. Marcus Allen and Mike Hilton combine to break up the pass, and it bounces wildly to Cam Sutton for what's ruled as a fumble recovery, but I think you could just as easily argue as a pick. Either way, the defense is the only reason the Steelers are in this game right now. First play, Ben waits, looks off the safety, and fires a rope right between 2 defenders for the score to James Washington, and the Steelers take a 7-0 lead. This is what frustrates me most. You can definitely question Ben's deep stuff, but he's shown the ability to hit stuff in the 15 to 30 yard range, and I just don't get why that's not a bigger part of the offense. Great strip sack by Tyson Alu derails the Bills' next drive, and again, the defense does their job. More nonsensical motion here, as not a single member of the defense pays any attention to Chase Claypool, and the Steelers' offensive line might as well be a colander because they let everything through but the running back. Great coverage play by Steven Nelson sets up a 3rd and 3 and a turning point in this game. Allen completes over the middle to Stephon Diggs, who bounces off a shoulder tackle by the Mink Man and turns it into a big gainer and a flip of the field. It's one of those plays that in real time you're not sure how everything is going to play out, but in retrospect, changed the entire course of this game. Really cheesy personal foul on this one, as Proud Long Hair Club member Hank Mondeau hits Josh Allen directly in the waist and somehow draws the flag. Lame. Great coverage though again by the rigid defense, first one by Nelson, second one by Mike, and the defense somehow has held this offense to 3 points with 1 minute and 42 seconds left in the half. All right, time to get those points right back. Nice catch and run by Ebron puts the Steelers in position to get thinking about a field goal. But unfortunately, it also gets them thinking about something that's never good when it happens in the first half, and that's the 5-star play of the game.
Bunch tight left. Ben is back with a shotgun snap. Throws the pass, it's intercepted. Going down the sideline at the 30, the 25, the 15 is Teron Johnson, the nickelback, and that's a Buffalo defensive touchdown.
Just an awful decision and throw by the 17-year vet that I would have been pissed about if he threw it in his second year. This is just lame, predictable offense, and even if he catches it, it's like a 4-yard gain and you're using another timeout. On top of all that, despite throwing across his body, large Benjamin, who's playing like a personal-sized Benjamin at the moment, is just refusing to step into any of his throws, and that is a problem. Because nothing gets the juices flowing like a shotgun run with Jalen Samuels, the Steelers decide to take a mulligan on the last 50 seconds despite having 2 timeouts and a newly minted deficit. To me, this is the definition of living in your fears, but what do I know? We head into the half at 9-7 Buffalo. Hey, do you like bland, unimaginative offense that couldn't scheme a guy open against your local high school team? Do you like farts and hot skillets? What about wasting the first 2 possessions of every game? No? No one does, and that's why you should get the official Fire Randy shirt, so you can express your opinion while looking maybe slightly less like a fart in a hot skillet. Back to the show. On to the second half and halftime adjustments? I never heard of them. Buffalo apparently has though, as Allen's getting in rhythm now, and he finds his main man Diggs, hands it off for a chunk on the ground, and finds Diggs again. And again. Unfortunately, this last one going for a score and a 16-7 lead that feels like 140-7. Handoff to Connor on first, and it's officially time to start questioning Sean Sarrett. You can say the line is aging, and that's true, but at some point, any line has got to be able to do at least a little run blocking. Not sure whether this is an unimaginative and stupid screen to Vance from the start, or Ben is just getting rid of it as quick as possible, but it's got 0 chance to do anything, and it looks like Johnson is wide open over the middle. Just yuck. Another terrible pass block rep here to end the sackless streak, and this offense is a hot, wet fart and a cold, dirty skillet. Just awful. Back to the defense now, and you knew it was just a matter of time. When you can't progress the ball in offense, your guys are going to get worn down, and great players like Diggs and Allen are going to take advantage of that. In this case, the Bills waltz right down the field, and on 2nd and 7 in the red zone, Allen miraculously evades the rush from the venerable duo of Ola and Highsmith, and lobs the score right over the head of Steve Nelson. And this game is rapidly turning into a nightmare. Again on offense, and I hate to say it, but I'm going to guess James Conner is not going to be that bummed to sign elsewhere this offseason. There's just nowhere to go. On 3rd and 4, Coach Randy calls the quick slants play directly from the Madden 04 playbook, and the pressure again gets to Ben, causing an errant throw. After an exchange of punts, a toss out to Deontay, and he finally hangs on to one. 2nd and 4, Ben pumps, and Ebron finally makes the catch, and we head into the final stanza with the slightest bit of offensive momentum. More of the good Deontay on another catch and run gets him into the red zone. 2nd and goal, the Steelers definitely don't run a pick play, and Ben fires it over to Juju for the score, and the Steelers have a faint pulse. Ben hits the Abrontosaurus for the 2, and it's a 1-score game. Buffalo 23, Steelers 15. Unfortunately, the margin for error gets small when you fall down, and this is a killer 3rd and 10 moment for the Steelers defense as they have a chance to get right back off, but can't quite do it. Close on the pressure, but no proverbial cigar. Another 3rd down follows immediately, and Josh Allen escapes and lobs one deep to Dawson Knox, who can't make the catch but is contacted early by Mike Hilton. I'll leave the discussion to you guys, but I didn't even think he had to do it, unfortunately. Extremely impressive goal line stand by the Steelers defense, and I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass today, but if there's one reason to not lose all hope on this team, it's because this defense really is special. It's a shame that they've had to lose the horses that they have, because I think it could have been good enough to single-handedly win a ring. In its current state, it's still good enough to do that, but not by itself. Bills grab the 3 and take an 11-point lead, 26-15. More farts in a skillet here as we dial up the same throw twice in a row after an incompletion on first. It's another toss out to Jalen Samuels, and that's not usually going to get me salivating about a comeback. 3rd and 4 down, and instead of throwing it short like always, Ben says "F it all" and lobs this one deep to the president of combat catches who can't make the play, and it's picked to all but end this one. Look, am I glad this was picked off? No, but at least it's going to save me from caring about the last 7 minutes of this atrocity. It's fair that we raise the question about Roethlisberger's deep ball at this point. It's simply not been good enough. However, what's the real problem? Is it the arm or elbow? I don't know, because he's been able to rifle some throws in at times, including a beaut 30 yards down the field to Washington for the score in this one. I think it's the knee that he injured against Dallas. Looks to me like his mechanics have fallen completely out of whack, and if you think about it, that makes sense considering the guy had to relearn how to throw this offseason. And after spending a few months getting comfortable with that, he's now dealing with a knee issue that we don't have a ton of info about. While I'm normally quite optimistic, I'm also a guy who tends to believe more often than not where there's smoke, there's fire. And let's just say there's some dark, heavy plumes billowing out from the Steelers' offense right now. And unless they figure it out fast, the flames won't be far behind. Here we go. If you're still here, make sure you check out our Teespring store for new designs regularly, and if you'd like to support the channel, that's one of the best ways to do it. Or check out the Patreon, or the tip link below, or just keep watching because your eyes are more important than your dollars. Okay, maybe not. Kidding. Well, actually, not really.